Daddy Overwatch League Season 5. I am 30, and once again, my proud personal sponsor, Thrifty Senpai. How are you doing?
Good. I was glad, we got the three-peat going on here. And we got a pretty good match here going on. We got all dab, no blab versus casting couch, like you said. You think the big question on all of our minds, first win for all dab, no blab?
Well, no, actually, they already have a win. It appears.
Oh,
But do you think they're gonna get a match win? I guess. I, I don't know. This out of all the matches tonight, this one's the most unclear to me on how it will go down as we get the ready up from both of these teams. As we talked about a little bit in the pre-show, all dab no blab, they have these superstar fraggers, right? Senpai, Free, and they are popping off every week. It's just a matter of like rounding up the team and making sure that they're all on the same page and delivering, all of that DPS into the right places. I think that can definitely be done tonight. Casting Couch, they've looked strong, but they are also beatable. They're sitting at 3-3, so perfect 500 record here so far in season 5. So I think anything can go down. Both these teams might come out with some pretty clever stuff as well as we enter Temple of Anubis.
yeah. Temple, good map. I'm really curious to see if we're gonna see any Widow at all. I don't expect to see any from casting couch, but I could see Free or Senpai maybe going on to that.
Yeah, Senpai's already played Widow
Yeah.
a little bit, a good amount, I would say,
Yeah.
in comparison to other players in this league who might be playing way more Widow than they would like. Anyway,
You're gonna play Widow and you're gonna like it.
yeah, I could definitely see Senpai going towards that Widow, especially here on attack. Temple Anubis. I mean, also defense is very good as well. But we'll actually see all the no blab starting on the defense here, on the blue side, and casting couch on the red side. But it looks like we're actually seeing Senpai on his trusty old McCree. If we could get that pause arena.
Yeah, I mean that's his wheelhouse character. I mean, we've always seen him do disgusting things with the McCree. Definitely kind of his bread and butter DPS.
Yeah.
But something to point out here is we see Sword and Mace actually opting in to be that second DPS. We see Free on the Brigitte.
Holy shit. Okay, well, there's a lot to unpack there. Holy
Yeah,
crap.
there's a lot. There's a lot going on here.
So wait, Sword and Mace is coming in for the first time in season 5, right? He was drafted for, I believe, $1 to this team, and expected to be a starter. He was grinding it out at the start of the season. Some pretty high hopes for him as well, but we all imagined he'd be in that support role on Lucio or Anna. But we see him here on another one of his characters, Doomfist, and Freefy on the Brigitte. So I mean, all dab no blab, they are understanding the importance of Brigitte in this meta and how incredibly strong she is. So they're putting one of their better players on her, and it's a quick rotation up to the top right here from casting couch as they move in.
Nash Splitter gonna get picked off here though, setting a little too far forward, finding the bad end of that foil.
Yeah, both these teams are just trying to get control of this high ground definitively. Casting couch, they want to force all dab no blab off of this platform so they can peer down onto the point and start getting some bodies on it. But oh wait, actually, or AJ0, he's picking up that kill onto Sword and Mace, and now Senpai going down as well. So the DPS players down for all dab no blab could be the crushing blow here for first point on Anubis.
Yeah, something that we're gonna look at as casting couch is kind of wrapping this up. What about hook resets is actually on the Sombra? Now, something we have not seen from him so far. Not his traditional Genji Pharah picks.
Yeah, that's also very true. Yeah, there's a lot of
going on both sides here.
Yeah, hook resets on that Sombra, as you pointed out. It almost has that EMP, which is incredibly powerful here on second point Anubis. Yuzak with the slam. Yeah, it gets a lot down on the ground. Senpai, though, he already picked off Splitter, gets an additional one with the Deadeye. So there are some members here for
that's a piece of the pie.
Lab.
They're already going halfway through. No one's gonna get a contest likely.
Your Pendry launches the Diva Bomb. Not gonna pick up anything there, just going for the stall. But Freefy, he comes out with the rally up. His healer, the Mighty Wolf on Anna, is also behind him. So it looks like it might actually be a defensive hold here, but the grab comes through from casting couch. They still want to fight this. They still want to re-engage. Albino Joe pops the sound barrier and Casting Couch, they are full in on this. Splitter pops the Deck Visor as well. They're looking to finish this map on the attack right now. Splitter going huge on this Deck Visor.
Yep, Senpai gonna try and stall it out here last minute, gonna get some more time for Scooter to get onto the point as well, as they're almost halfway through this last pick, but Zorda Mason gonna try the Meteor Strike, gonna get it onto quite a few people, but it looks like they might be able to hear it. People are going back and forth, left and right.
This is crazy. This is such a long fight. This is longer than the Horizon fight we had last week on second point. That one, that one was long. This one is definitely longer. At least it feels like it, because holy shit, Casting Couch still think they have this.
It looks like they might.
They still, I don't know.
It's really close. There's like that. The bar's going closer, closer. We have like.
Albino Joe. He speeds in from spawn, trying to reinforce his two members. It's only Utek and AGSO here.
The
tank and
Tracer
a
Bomb
healer.
knocked in his stick. That could actually make the difference.
Hooker says that he's still here. Actually, he came back.
That's
He's hit me.
that was
There it is.
3 hammer downs in one fight.
Holy
You
man.
took on 3 hammer downs.
Yeah, all on second point. That is insane.
To 2, switching sides.
Wow. I mean, what?
That
is
was
this?
disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, this. It's weird because there was a patch not too long ago, maybe like a month ago, where they gave the advantage to teams that, you know, the attacking team that all stood on the point. They actually increased the respawn timers for the defensive, you know, players. So you'd imagine those types of scenarios would happen less often. But here in the Baddie Overwatch League, we dispel that.
Yeah.
that theory.
Maybe that whole thing was a product of because of the shorter times. Like, because of the shorter times, like, even though they had a whole bunch of people, they're able to continually run more bodies out and stall it out. Like, if it was old respawn timers, you know, Casting Couch would just won the fight and then it would have been it.
Yeah, maybe, or I don't know. Maybe it's interesting though, but maybe it just comes down to focus fire a little bit better. I could see a few moments there of not all being on the same page for Casting Couch, but they did a relatively good job, and they stuck through it and were very determined to pick up the point. And they do. They pick up 2 points here on Anubis in 4:58, which is a very good time.
Yeah, I mean, this is like the recipe for, like, if the same thing happens to them where you have one of those games where people just go back and forth and you end the game with like an 11-10 score or some shit like that.
Oh no. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, buckle up, 30. We're on for a wild ride. Maybe.
2CP can go. I know 3 rounds. Can it go 4? It can go 4 rounds for sure. Right?
Yeah, it might have been a custom. I'm not sure, but I've definitely seen screenshots of like Anubis 11 to 10, like 8-8. Yeah.
11. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it just keeps going.
I think it goes until the clock runs out. Is the thing.
Right. Yeah. So both of the teams actually complete it very fast. Yeah, we can see many rounds of play here, but
yeah.
Here we go. All dab, no blab. They are on the attack. They have the dive tanks, and as they go in, trying to push Casting Couch off this middle platform. Sword Mace once again on this Doomfist. He jumps in, gets a double knockup, but then gets charged actually by Utek. There's that Ryan Doomfist interaction in the patch happening before our eyes. But it looks like there are some members from All Dab, No Blab onto this point trying to get some progress, but they're not able to secure that first tick, it appears. It's the Mighty One, the last one it goes down.
Barely shy of that piece of the pie as they get pushed off here.
Yeah, and so Senpai, he rolled out with this Genji, and he actually already has the Dragon Blade, which is a pretty fast Dragon Blade. That's much faster than an AKM blade, and that's pretty impressive. So, I mean, we can imagine he's gonna pop at this fight looking for the finish here.
Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna find
that's that EMP.
Yeah, EMP, nice countermeasure to that weak blade.
I wonder if Hooker Sets will do this preemptively or irresponsibly. And there it is, responsibly. Senpai gets the Dragon Blade out. Hook resets with the counter EMP to try to dispel his teammates from following up. And looks like it's not going to be enough here. The Dragon Blade opened the point enough for them to get the progress here. Utek gets the nano and charges in as a last-ditch effort, but this repeat rally is going to be too much for him. So a little bit slower, but not too slow.
Oh man, well, yeah, not too slow though. Like he was saying, we got this cap here going on. 6 minutes left onto the clock. If they're able to make a quick conversion here, they could actually have a comparable time to what the Casting Couch had on them.
Yeah, and Swordmace almost has that Doomfist ult, and they have the Primal Rage with the Self-Destruct. I think those are pretty good ultimates here for trying to take, you know, an assault map point like this, especially Anubis, which can be so tough to clear of defenders. The spawns are so close. Attackvisor comes out to try to defend against this. Vigooder with the Clonker picks up his counterpart there, but Spoopy answers back, and Swordmace with the double slam from high above. Swordmace popping off here on this Doomfist. Utek really the only member left for Casting Couch, as he is now pushed off. There's one tick for sure. Utek with the mischarge, but Demighty will channels that Moira ult. Trying to take it's a Moira battle.
They're trying to eke out a little bit here, but he's gonna end up going down shortly afterwards. But they got some good efforts. One piece of the pie down, 2 to go.
Yeah, not bad at all. They did expel all of those, or extend all 3 of those ults I talked about, and also that Moira ult at the end there. So ult economy definitely an advantage of Casting Couch for this next fight.
Oh yeah.
EMP, wow, Coalescence, and then I mean Rally. You can pop that Rally right now, and it's might already be a 1 fight just due to the sheer amount of armor.
My ultimate is ready.
But Senpai, he's on that right side. He's looking for a way in, looking for a way to get to those backline supports. Splitter moves over from the Soldier to the Pharah.
Yeah, you know, I like that pick. Soldier can have a little bit of a rough time on defense here, and he wasn't like having anything like super impressive. Like he had the offense attack, but like on this defense hasn't been working out for him. Maybe try and force a hit scan out of all dab no blab.
Yeah, no, that's very true. Totally agree with that. And Splitter, he's actually playing an archetype of Pharah called the Ground Pharah. Oh, there he is. There he goes. Uses the booster, goes to the sky. Hook resets, launches the EMP to start this one off. Coalescence to follow through, and all dab no bad. Looks like they're going down. They're kind of spread all over the place, but Senpai activates the Weave Blade. What can he get with this? Swordmace, he's picking up a couple kills, but Splitter's still high up in the sky. It's looking very close, but it's more red in the kill feed from what I can see. So Casting Couch looks like they're gonna hold on once again.
Yep, looks like a couple people going down here. Hokuset's pushing the charge forward.
Aggressive, yeah, and not going down, getting that pocket from his Moira.
Yeah, he's gonna pick up Sword and Mace, force a small stag here, but...
Alright, so now the ult economy switches back in favor of all dab no blab as they have 4 on board. Self-destruct not too far off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Senpai, you know, realizing the Dragon Blades were not working out, switches over to the handy dandy McCree, which could definitely open up something here. It just takes one flashbang on one of these squishy supports to take them out. Moves in with his team though. He's sticking with them. All 6 members actually. Rally start this fight off for all dab no blab as they enter through the left side. Coalescence to try to open up some space. Rocket Barrage at the choke point. They are not getting through that. Free feed will go down to that, and all dab no blab. I think they're on a route here as Utek goes in swinging.
Yeah, Utek, man with a plan. That hammer's going places.
Yep, yeah, the Earthshatter really closing off that entrance, and Casting Couch just used their ults to make sure they didn't even touch the point, right? I mean,
yeah,
they did. Oh damn, Scooter and Senpai going down here as the retreat was a little slow, so some additional time.
Nice. We are still gonna see 4 ults still available to all dab no blab. So this next fight, I mean, theoretically, they should be able to make something happen here.
Hopefully. I mean, yeah, they're looking for another tick at the very least. I mean, they still have 2:09 on the clock, so I mean, if you're planning on using the full 2 minutes, they still have that. They'd obviously rather like it sooner rather than later, doing you know how this game mode works. But they are now trying their hand at the right side here as they jump over the ledges, and Spigooter is the first one to dive in, goes straight to the enemy backline and just drops it down once again. Senpai on the bridge, channels that Deadeye for a long time, and it's really fucking long. It takes out 4 outright. I don't know if Utek's shield probably went out there. Oh, did the shield get blown up by self-destruct?
I think it got, so he blocked the self-destruct and that did a lot, and I think it just got finished off right after that.
Right, exactly. I mean, the self-destruct alone would actually, well, I mean, half a shield, but yeah, so.
Yeah.
Wow, that may be a clever combo there I didn't think of, and Senpai brings it on home with 4 kills in the Deadeye, and they get 2 on the board here.
Yeah, big Deadeye, gonna give them, going into the next round here. got a little less time to work with here, though. Odds are not in their favor, but you know, with how sometimes this point can go, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, the first defense there for all Dab No Blab, I can imagine they were probably taken aback by the Sombra from hook resets. You know, not a hero that many people in this league play, let alone hook resets we didn't know. But now we know. It's in the repertoire.
I was saying,
Brings it up.
add it to the list.
Add
Watch
it to
out.
the list. Yeah, and he looks like he's probably gonna play it again here on defense on Anubis. And Sombra, even before her rework, she was always very popular on Anubis, attack and defense. Actually, this is really just her map. A lot of good health packs to hack and you know, good areas you can hide your translocator in, which can now be destroyed.
Yeah. Also, I want to point out, no Brigitte, free switching over to that Reaper. Senpai onto that Widow as we see Sword Miss onto his patented Lucio.
Okay, so now they felt it out. Sword Mace on the Doomfist. I mean, it was good. He actually got a lot of kills, but they're wanting to go back to their standard composition here. Your Bender, he goes in for an aggressive charge, gets countercharged and moved away as he is on the other side of this fight from where he needs to be. Utek, he's going in, he's swinging, but Free Feet, he's in the kill feed, picks up two.
Fragging out, Senpai gonna find Twitter as well. Free getting another one here. Like you were saying before, these two star players absolutely fragging out here. Gonna get them most likely this first cap.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. If they actually had someone on the point, there it is. I like the aggression. It's measured. They take out the last two staggering players there. But wow, so yeah, the Senpai Widow. I don't. Maybe they just assumed Splinter was gonna go to that Pharah, not the Soldier. But that was definitely the right pick.
It was definitely the right lead.
And Reaper, especially, he's actually one of the best heroes to play against Sombra because his Hellfire shotguns, you can still use them when you're hacked, and they're very, very powerful in Sombra's range. But Utek, with the slam, gets two charges in, misses, but two on the ground. Albino Joe looks for the res, and he gets it off, but he gets flipped and killed at the end of the Death Blossom there. But it's not looking like a strong attack for ADNB. That's their acronym, right? Hooker bounces in. Out of invisibility with that EMP, finishes off all dabs, no blab. The dabsters, the blabbers.
Gonna get some routing kills on here. Gonna get himself an earned alt charge. All dabs, no blabs. Got a bit of work here. One last fight they have. But there's a lot of alts on the side of the casting couch.
Yeah, and I mean, most importantly here, as we enter, this is it. This is the last fight, last attack here. For all dab, no blab. And most importantly, it's going to be a grab and a rocket barrage. They're going to be looking for it. Splinter, he's up in the air, and there it is. Launches it down onto the members that come into the grab after the fact, and Splinter picks up 3. Ending the whole all dab, no blab, getting 4 points here on Anubis. So yeah, I mean, just at the end here, the last ditch fight, just way too many ultimates on board. Casting couch, not going to be able to do a lot with the grab barrage on the enemy team.
Yeah, Master Splinter pulling out a big rocket barrage to dash all hopes of getting that 4th point.
Yeah, so now it's an uphill battle. A true test here for all dab no blab is Casting Couch has 4 minutes and 58 seconds on the clock to get a point and a third on the second point. So I mean, it's especially on 2CP on assault maps. It's very tough picking your defensive composition, right? Because any death that you have is a huge disadvantage. Your respawn time, I mean, your respawn distance is much farther than the attackers. So usually you want to pick, you know, comps that kind of can sustain themselves or maybe hold a more defensive formation, not easily picked off. But you have to wonder, like,
that's not high risk as well.
Right, exactly. But I mean, with that, it allows the attackers to first see what the competition is running, and then they can even just go back. They can just walk right back and pick different heroes. So it looks like it's going to be McCree and Junkrat for the DPS picks here for all dab no blab, which are pretty good here on Anubis' first attack here. Free Feet gonna be holding that choke with the Junkrat spam.
Yep, Hooker sets moving off the Sombra for the first time tonight, and onto that Genji.
Interesting. Okay, yeah. So I mean, he maybe not liking that Free Feet Reaper that was really running everybody over. So potentially smart turnaround here. Still gonna have a little bit of difficulty with that flashbang on board here. But Senpai, he's pushed out onto the bridge. Both teams battling for platform control. But AJ0, he's the first blood of the fight, or rather getting it. Senpai, your Pentry, though, they're answering back. Casting Couch, they're a little split up. And all Dab, no Blab looks like this is a pretty easy defense.
Oh, so yeah, that is a pretty clean fight as far as that goes. Hook Reset's finding himself in a dangerous location as the rest of all Dab, no Flab gonna kind of turn him around.
Yeah,
He's gonna try and make the great escape here though.
He actually might make it. Oh my god!
He's out! He's out!
Baby Diva, pistol, and then the Junkrat kills. Just they're too hard to hit. Okay.
Yep. It's just a little too hard. He's able to make it out as the rest of the team comes back and they're ready to make a second push here onto this point. Master Splinter picking up an early kill on a Senpai here. Off to a good start here. Free gonna answer back though, and he has this tire coming through. That's gonna find both the supports and breaking the demon back, making for a very, very solid defensive hold. All Dabs, no Blabs. Working the way through the clock here. Started off at a little over 5. Now, just over 3.5. Under 3.5. And we're starting to see things switch out as well. Senpai switching over off that Mercury, wants to be on that Tracer. But here we go, first time with ult. Genji gonna pop that ultimate. Vincent as well, but he's gonna get shut down very quickly. It's Ruby picks a kill up on there. Senpai also gonna find a Lino Joe in the back line here. Diva ult gonna come out from Scooter. Gonna find AJ at 0 here, as what's looking like a very, very decisive win. Once again for the Blabs. Master Splinter and Spoopy Koopa going down here to wrap things up. All Blabs, no, all Dabs, no Blab. Finally hit their stride here onto the second time of defense. More than halfway through their trials. Master Splinter switching over onto that Pharah now. Sees that the skies are clear. No hit scan on the opposing team. Gotta see if we can find a bit more success like the end of that last round now. But ult economy looking pretty even here. Yep. Yo, set. Oh. Yeah, I know. My Discord dropped for a second. 30 Discord dropped, there'll be a big map. But yeah, Senpai gets the kill on the AJ0 here. This looks like it could be the fight that the Casting Couch wants here. Diva Mac gonna come through, your Pentry gonna have the shield up the block. So UTech going down here is free fragging out once again. Senpai also getting some more frags here. As all Dabs, no Blabs, continuing to hold this point. They may have the iron wall they need to force the win onto this map.
Hey.
Hey, welcome.
Hey. Cool. Yes, I mean, I was watching, but I was casting to some dead air for a while. I was on a roll, man.
Oh, I believe it, man.
But yeah, look at this, all Dab, no Blab. They only have 1 minute and 5 left to defend this first point as Casting Couch. It's having some difficulty.
Like, they've finally gotten into their stride. This could be like the whole 5-minute hold to it. Free gonna get the early kill on UTech. Lots of ults coming out here. Senpai getting a frag out as well, but the Lady Blade coming through to get a couple of kills. All Dabs, no Blab. Once again, holding strong here. Hook Reset's being the only surviving member for the Casting Couch as he's trying to make another great escape.
Yeah,
But
oh,
this
if he
time
dies
up.
here. Oh,
Oh, he
baby.
is gonna make it out safely.
Nice.
The last fight here.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably still was on. They're still only on a 1-fight basis here, depending on how fast we go. But Free Feet, he has been way back.
Tire being reflected!
No, he just
Oh, yeah,
dashed.
dash.
And he's going in on Free Feet. He's got the 1v1 in the back. Free Feet is zoned out of this fight. Splinter picking up a couple with the barrage. This is the fight Casting Couch needs to keep their map dreams alive here on Anubis. Magooter on this Diva looking to stall. But
yeah, it looks like at the last possible fight, they are going to be able to tap this point.
yeah, and Free Feet, he has to get out. He was up top on the Junkrat. trying to rain down some terror.
But yeah, the last possible minute they are gonna get the cap and guarantee at least a draw in their favor. They're gonna have a very, very small time. Basically one fight to try and get a third of that piece of the pie and secure victory. But Senpai is, oh, the doubles.
What happened?
I don't know, I missed it. He got a tag on one of them.
I missed it. Yeah, I mean,
and the other one is right next to it. My guess is it was on, Mercy, involved Mercy dashing to fair up.
Yeah,
one of them was tagged.
That's a classic BOL move. But damn, yeah, that might have been the finisher.
Right? Yeah, he picks up Albino Joe in the backline as well. Both of the healers going down for casting couch. Hook's just gonna try to pull out the replay to force something to happen here, but
actually,
oh my, whoa!
Yeah, he got the resets, man. He got 3 kills on that Dragon Blade, and Splinter was up in the air, following up with rockets, but it maybe not enough. UTech now jumps back in on the Winston. Splinter going down. UTech now going down, and Albino Joe. Oh!
HS and Albino trying to sneak on to the last minute to keep their dreams alive, but the draw will be forced.
Damn. Wow, close match. We'll call it a draw, folks. I believe it's the first draw of the season, and here we have Senpai, the McCree master himself, for this play of the game. Flashbang, fan the hammer, and then the Deadeye that we were all waiting for. Oh! Sword and Mace with the rocket punch, stunning Reinhardt. That's the follow through right there.
Yep.
Awesome execution.
That is some solid teamwork there.
Epic.
Impeccable.
Very cool. But yeah, man, I fucking called it before this match. I didn't know which way this series is gonna go. I really don't know now.
Yeah, I was gonna say Cassie Coach looked super dominant right off the bat, but
Connected.
once they found it out, like all dab no blab, they rooted down
Sound muted.
and had a really
Channel
really
switched.
solid defense on that first point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yep.
get
I'll be right back.
water real fast as well.
Sound resumed. Buddy joined your channel.
Be right back. Alright, I am back.
I'm ready.
Welcome to Hollywood.
Hello, are we live? Cool. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I don't think there was any short intermission there, but we did switch back over to TeamSpeak as the server is now back up. But between these two teams, we saw them go to the draw on Temple of Anubis. We'll move into our second map of week 3, and it's gonna be Hollywood, one of my favorite maps. I love this map. A lot of cool different strategies can be utilized, and it's like a lot of good hybrid maps. The map really determines what kind of heroes are effective in each part of the map here. First point, obviously a little bit closer quarters. You could run tank, heavy comps like goats, but then it always moves into the street phase type area, which it lends itself to some Pharaoh play, obviously some snipers as well, Widowmaker, Soldier getting that high ground, and then moves into that hangar phase, which is really kind of a toss-up in what you can run there. Or garage phase or studio set phase? The last phase. What is it? What is it after? Shire Pictures. Stage 9. That's
Stage 9, yeah, I was stage seems fine, like.
Yeah. That's an interesting one to defend and attack at the last point here, but we'll see if we'll even get there, because sometimes teams end up here in the first one. We'll see all dab no blab on the defense here in blue. Senpai on the McCree, Freefy on Junkrat, which even looking back to last season, season 4, this is more often than not the heroes that these two players would always pick, right? Freefy known for his Junkrat and Senpai known for his McCree. And they hold this top high ground here, which, oh, Senpai, Albino Joe gets knocked into the air. Senpai with the casual left click to send him back to spawn, and it's a good first start, but Senpai, what is he doing? He jumps down. First one to go down, but it doesn't matter. He gets the headshot onto AGS0, and it's a total wipe. Casting Couch get forced out of the alleyway, and Hook resets looking for a cheeky tick on Sombra.
Yeah, gets close, almost is able to cheese out a tick there, but they were on to it. They sniffed it out.
Yeah, and Utek and Swoopy Koopa for Casting Couch, they were running Ryan and Zarya, not choosing to switch here, as they are perfectly fine, playing it cool down on the low ground, but now here they go, and they go up to the stairs, but the anti-nade is freaking huge. Everyone's purple. Sword Mace coming through on that Ana, and Spagooter actually following up very nicely, picking up those low health members in purple members as well, as he gets to Nano, because why not?
I'll say that's once again another very clean team fight here. I'll say Dabs continuing their defensive prowess from the last map.
Yeah,
Going,
and they
they
have the
figured it
DP
out.
assaults on board as well, so it's going to be particularly tough with 0 ultimates here for Casting Couch. They might just want to run in and force some of these ults. Senpai picks up one with the Deadeye, Freefy another with the Tire. So they get the 2 ults out, which you can consider a win here for Casting Couch. But it depends on how much they stagger their deaths here. It's a little bit.
Yeah,
but
that's a lot of stagger.
Yeah, it's a pretty good aggression though out of all dabs no blab. This is exactly where you want to be on the other side of a winning fight. Just want to keep pushing your advantage, getting those stagger kills. Senpai, he goes very aggressive. He's hunting for Sombra and picks her out. Hook resets, not finding the success here he needs on Sombra.
I say mission accomplished. He was able to go deep, get the staggered kill there.
Oh man, Senpai's all over the place, man. I'm just watching. It's really, I mean, if you want like a free guide or a lesson on how to play McCree, just watch this guy's POV. I mean, he's all over the place. He's mixing up his positioning. But most importantly, he's just landing those easy shots, right? The shots that you should be hitting.
Very close. He has that EMP and the high ground. Oh, but
Senpai him as he comes up. How did he know? The game sense on this guy. Splitter with an
Oh my god, he follows it up with another 4-man Deadeye. The man is unstoppable.
Dude, I mean, the pre-show we were talking about, you know, what does this team need to do? Start getting the wins on the board, and we all agreed, like, yeah, Freefy, Senpai, they're great. They're just fragging out. It's everyone else. I think Senpai was like, no, I'll just frag harder. I think the solution is I just fucking shoot harder.
Yeah, he went to the gym, he fucking worked out his DPS, he comes back, and he's the fucking full golden god that he is right now.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Hooker says, finally being able to get into that back there, launches that EMP. Freefy though with the counter tire picks up 2. Hook Recess now goes down. 28 seconds left for Casting Couches. This is like another complete wipe for their attack, and it's gonna be one more fight here at the very least. And I don't know how well they can get set up here. They might be.
We're gonna see Hook Recess switching over to that Genji. Not many ults are going to be available for this fight, so it's going to have to come from the generation here.
Oh no, Smoothie got slept. That's actually huge. Diva is the one to touch always in these kinds of situations. Utek, he almost got, oh there he goes. He goes down as he had to be the one to touch. A necessary sacrifice for his team as they try to rally up here and figure out how to cap this first point. But Senpai channels the Deadeye, gets taken out from the back from Albino Joe, and this is maybe it. The Clonker picks up Splitter. Casting Couch, they're all dead, and
Oh,
jumps
Utah
back in on
gets
Winston.
looped away.
Yeah,
Complete.
but that's no progress. I don't think there's any ticks there.
No, no ticks.
No ticks, so
The
we're looking at a
iron
full
wall
hold
of
here.
Senpai and Free says no man shall pass.
Yeah, I mean, aside from that one fight that had that huge anti, and then with the Spagooter nano follow up, I think
Yeah.
all of these fights have just been like straight up won by DPS plays.
Yeah.
Not to
So-
take anything away from the supporting members of this cast, but I mean, they're doing their job as well as
Yeah.
they need to for Senpai and Free to have so much space and so much freedom to do what they do.
Exactly. So I mean, like, you know how, like, when in League of Legends you have your bot lane duos, you know, you normally like take part of one name and the other one. So would it be Send Fee or Free Pie?
I mean, Free Pie is, I think, the more obvious
say
choice.
Free Pie seems like the better one, right?
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't like that? I would love that.
Yeah, I would say I'll take Free Pie.
Wow, so all Dab No Blab, I mean, I think they were looking very good. They came off that very nice defensive hold on Anubis. I mean, it was just a draw, but it looks like they kept the momentum through into Hollywood, and they are really performing. And now this is, you know, this happens in your local solo queue games, folks, right? Like, you're on the team, and you do the full hold, and you switch to attack, and everyone's memeing in voice chat. Everyone's having a good time. Some people are picking Torb, because why not, right? This is an easy win.
It's easy, man.
Easy,
You
easy
fucking brick
win.
walled
Just
them.
clip
They didn't get any
foreheads,
points.
wall.
There's no way you could not get any points.
Right? There's
It's
just
not
no way.
possible.
Right. We will see. We will see what
Yeah.
happens. I mean, anything can happen here in the Patio Overwatch League. Casting
So
Couch.
how badly would you fucking lose your mind if all of a sudden you see one of the dabs roll up and it's like, goddamn Torbjorn? How
And they
bad?
lose it. Yeah. Oh man. I mean, you can all have a good laugh. Oh, ADS0. He starts it off very right with the volley that takes out Mighty Wolf, but your Pentry getting that charge onto Utech. Now 2 members down for Casting Couch to make it 3. So maybe already going to shambles here for Casting Couch. Hoopy and, Hoopy says seems to be the only members alive here. Up, just kidding. Splinter goes down too. But the tire happens. It's a fast tire. But Senpai takes it out.
The tire not gonna save the day here,
Wow.
as the dabs take a very, very quick Hollywood. I know you're talking about how you like to see all the map, but I'm sorry. This is actually only the front half of the map. That's it.
I know. This is so sad.
But
Oh, we
enough
got
of
this
that.
jabroni again. Look at
This
him.
guy popping off.
Did he change his highlight intro? I don't know. But okay, I gotta find out what happened there. How he knew those resets was coming up the stairs. He had to have seen him. But another classic 4-man Deadeye. just Senpai things.
Or I say five kills, no problem, man. Easy game, easy life. Let me just flashbang the Sombra, put her down, roll around. You know, pick up the casual 4K.
I can't emphasize enough how important picking Sombra there was, because Hooker says he had the end. He was one button press away from EMPing the whole enemy team.
Yeah.
McCree EMP'd is good luck surviving. You know, like that could have been it, but Senpai really showing up here in week 3. Along with the rest of his team. All Dab No Blab just in general looking much improved over the first 2 weeks.
Yeah. No, they're looking. They had a rough start for the first half, I guess quarter of Anubis, but since
That's
then
a
they've been
warm-up.
looking. That was their warm up, and like they've been looking really good since then.
Yeah, so now we have to kind of decipher, is this Casting Couch just not playing, to their normal level, or is this all Dab No Blab finally showing up and finally, saying to everybody like, oh, this is actually the level that we should be playing at. Like here's us on a good day, and maybe here's Casting Couch on a bad day. So maybe that's why the discrepancy seems so large, especially in that Hollywood map, which might have been the biggest blowout this season.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, the Anubis discrepancy, it didn't look that big. Like, it wasn't that big. Like, we saw Casting Couch roll over them the first part, and then the last part, like, Casting Couch got held pretty hard, but they were able to, it was able to draw it out. Like, both sides looked pretty good. That Hollywood game was all dab, no couch.
Yeah, incredibly so. we'll see how Casting Couch can bounce back here. I mean, Hooker says is flexed around a lot in cool ways. I love the Sombra he's pulling out here on both of these maps, but we'll see if he pulls it out in Control. She's
Microphone muted.
kind of harder to
Yeah.
pull off on
I'll
some
say,
control maps.
how is Sandra on these control maps? I know.
Yeah, I mean, it really depends on the stage, depends on where like the health pack is, you know, like if there's any good important ones that teams would actually want. Because if you think about it, the health packs are neutral, right? They're kind of shared amongst whoever holds the point. So if you're able to
Yeah.
get to that health pack first, you essentially deny the enemy team that health pack for the rest of the game as long as you control that point.
Yeah.
Which can be pretty cool. But honestly, here on Nepal, not feeling it. Doesn't look like a good Sombra map here, especially as we go to Sanctum. Which we'll probably see some Orisa play. There it is, UTech with the Orisa Spoopy on that Hog. Orisa Hog being the most common tank duo here on Nepal Sanctum.
Yeah, I mean, there is that big old pit right in the center there.
Yep.
It says, "Send me food. Give me heroes."
Halt enemy heroes into pit. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, but it looks like, whoa, okay, all dad no blab. I mean, and out of both these teams tonight, they've actually ran, you know, Reinhardt the least, I believe, right? They've been running Winston Diva or maybe Ryan Diva. So they've been running mostly dive in a sense, I guess. But oh, never mind. Your Pendry on Reinhardt again. It's hoping for some Wrecking Ball, but they
Yeah,
come
that
up
is
with
what
the
we
same
have not seen. And yes, the BOL.
Yeah, double fire strike, unlucky, and
That's a
Casting
big
Couch.
strike.
Yeah, that's not the way you want to start off here on Nepal. But we do have the pharmacy hook resets on the Sphera, Albino Joe being in his pocket, and good first rollout for them as they sort of just take that pit area and sort of spam down the enemy team. Yeah, everyone's gonna get picked off here. Control the point first, going over to all dabs, no blabs.
Yep,
Oh,
and
Senpai
now
on Tracer, not able to land the stick. Was looking for Albino Joe in the back there, but Freebie now he launches his DPS all. Does pick up Spoopy Koopa. Just one tank down on the board here. What can they do to rally back? And there it is. He gets the res off, but dies immediately as his other tank buddy gets forced out.
yeah,
And down.
Senpai going deep here.
Yeah, they're holding the choke very aggressively, as teams should. It is very, very tough to try to regain this point as the attackers. Hook gonna be blocked there as Casting Couch are just looking for an opening to enter into the Sanctum part of this map. It looks like they're gonna get the relief that they wanted on the left side here. UTech though, he is far away from his team, surprisingly, maybe playing some flanker Orisa. And Splitter, he pops the attack visor on that high ground, but he's gonna get eaten up by Spagooter on that Diva. Oh my god, that almost was the best bad play of the game I've ever
Yeah,
seen
I
in the
was
Battle
about
Overwatch
to
League.
lose my mind.
As he happily jumps into the pit without boosters.
Yeah, that was a big dick play.
Alright, so all they have to left, we're 83% Casting Couch, not looking the greatest here on Nepal Sanctum, but granted, as I said, it is very tough to try to get control of this point again, but that's not the way you want to start it. Splinter getting picked off, but Senpai going down on the flip side, AJ0 switching over to this Brigitte, the ultimate Tracer counter. Spoopy Koopa using that whole hog, trying to peel off his support buddy, and Casting Couch are looking to step onto the point for the first time in a while. UTech with that Orisa, using the shield, dancing it through, and it looks like they're gonna, maybe, if you're gonna try charge us in over the pit. Not gonna pick up anything though, and it should just be an easy clear out. How did Freebie survive so long in that corner? He's still alive there.
Oh yeah, Swordbase still jumping back and forth here.
It's a long overtime, but it will surely go over to Casting Couch.
Yep.
And there it is. But Senpai, he's very deep. He is now rotating around trying to get out from the enemy side of the map, and it looks like he will.
So yeah, fortunately for him, he is Tracer, rather easy to get around the map.
But
a lot of ult up
yeah.
for the dabs.
Yep, exactly. They were saving it, right? They just knew they needed to get to 99 in just one more fight afterwards. Secure the stage of Nepal. They move over, take a high ground. Casting Couch trying to play behind their Orisa shield on point. Hook goes on to Senpai. There it is. The crit headshot takes him out. So that's a good first pick here. Casting Couch wanting to go the distance.
So needs to clean 100 to 0 run back here.
Oh, nice. Hooker says that he's getting pocketed now by Albino Joe. So switches the hero, same pocket.
And just getting that cheeky little bump there on your pendrive, gonna stop the Reinhardt charge. Orisa all going down. It's looking like a clean fight here in favor of the Casting Couch.
Yep, yeah, all Dab, no Blab looking for the full regroup now. 5 ults on board, Senpai half the way there to a pulse bomb. Should be quick. I mean, hell, they could probably just wait for that if they really wanted to, but I'm sure it'll come up during this next fight as all Dab, no Blab. I have a feeling they're gonna try to blow it all here. Ogre says so. He beats him to the plunge. He channels his tire first. Playing some dodge around the corner, and he picks up 2. Nice tire movement there.
I'll say, that's a good stagger here.
And Splitter uses the tag visor very aggressively through the choke there as he's trying to pick up the retreating members of all Dab, no Blabs. The Mighty Wolf, the sneaky Moira. Except when he launches the yellow orb.
They do need to get a man on the point here. Senpai way in the back line is going to probably be able to beat the touch they need.
Yep. Just diving in and out using his recall, but he's starting to use it. Doesn't hit the sound barrier, unfortunately. So this is a 9 health Tracer, but he's still on point. Still trying to do the work. Spagooter picking up a kill with that self-destruct. Both teams fighting for control of this middle point here. Splinter trying to take out Senpai in the back.
Your pendrive gonna find Albino Joe. Members going down for Casting Couch. Splinter gonna get blasted off. And that will be it.
Yeah,
Dab's gonna take back the point for that last 1%.
Yeah, and it just, I think it's probably just too many ults for Casting Couch to try to withstand that kind of attack. And it was all kind of evenly spaced out as well, right? They went in with the sound barrier, you know, and then followed up with all the ults accordingly. Casting Couch is not having the health pools to sustain that. And I mean, it was a good comeback though for Casting Couch. So there is signs of life here.
Yeah, honestly, I mean they were one fight away from running it back completely, 99 to 0 to 100 to 99. But Dab's gonna pull it out in the end there.
Yeah, I especially like the switch to Brigitte there around midpoint of that map for AJS0. Definitely what they needed to counter Senpai's Tracer, as he plays just a very random, like annoying backline kind of Tracer, and that's how you really shut that down with that shield bash. And both teams going into Shrine here of Nepal. Reinhardt's for both sides here. But Spoopy opting for that Zarya instead of Spagooter's Diva, and
Senpai gunning people down.
Yeah,
I mean, a quick kill on the Splinter here.
Yeah, and he gets
Albino Joe following it soon.
Look at this
He's
guy
uncontested over here.
I know. I'm just, we're unfair, right? Yeah, we're not in game. We got all the views we want to see. But I mean, this guy's free. He's not free. He's Senpai, but he's for freaking free if someone actually targeted him.
Yeah, I mean he was right comfortable just sitting off to the side there, just taking pop shots.
Yeah, Hooker says he did roll out on the Sombra, and he already has 63% ult charge. He goes in on that flank, hacks a support member, I believe, but we're getting some pauses in from Sword and Mace, so it looks like it's gonna be from the side of all Dab, no Blab. And
Creepy leaves the game.
Oh no, he crashed. Okay, so we haven't been affected by power outages yet, but I don't think that's not even happening until later, right? Thursday
I mean, it could. It depends on where you're at, but yeah. For anyone who doesn't know, we got a lovely Hurricane Florence coming up the Florida, Georgia, Carolina coast. So any of our players there, stay safe.
Yes.
And
have your subs ready.
yeah, and have subs ready. So you want to give a quick shout out to our league sponsors, 30?
Oh, sure.
Microphone activated.
One of our proud sponsors is water. It's free, unless you pay for it. It's good for you. So drink it.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna have some water right now.
Nice. I'm actually gonna sip on this nice Monster Energy Trademark Zero Ultra. Not a sponsor of the BOL. Don't
Yeah.
sue us. But gotta get hyped up, you know.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you just need that extra energy. You gotta have the energy to continue to scream your head off for an hour and a half straight.
That is very true. Another one of our sponsors is Bad Dragon. Really just go to the website and you'll sort of figure out what their whole mission statement is. It's a good one. I think they do great work.
And if you're a fan of indie development, go check out Bad Dragon Labs.
Ooh. Nice. Nice, that's new. I've never heard that one before. That's some good stuff.
Theoretical dildos, that's all I gotta say.
Alright, and with that, we have our unpause. We're going back onto Shrine, and I guess during that pause, looks like Casting Couch took control of the point from All Dabs No Blab, and now they're on the back foot here as they try to push forward onto the stairs.
Yeah, pretty over to that Brigade again. Oh, that's a massive hammer down from UTech here.
Yeah. Timed it perfectly with your Pendrice and shield being down there, and it should be an easy cleanup here as they start sweeping the floors. And All Dabs No Blab. Oh, Spagooter gets demeched very crucially there at the end of their retreat, as he now has to try to build it up, or maybe go back to spawn and lose the ult charge. That is an option, but it's not the option he is choosing. Baby Diva it is. I mean, maybe he's almost back to it. Let's see. Yep, 98. Here it is.
Yep. Something I want to point out as well is we have the Goats variation comp. We have 3 supports, Brigade being one of them, from the Dabs here.
Oh, interesting, yeah. With the McCree auxiliary instead of Zarya, most importantly, which is something that they don't really play. But the slam comes through. Scoopy UTech take it, knock down, but Splitter tries to barrage the cover for his teammates, but Senpai puts an end to that with a headshot. UTech looking for something there, but not able to find it as All Dabs No Blab, they take over the point again. Yeah,
it was kind of awkward that they managed to cap that and there were still members alive for Casting Couch.
Yep, that's always a weird situation, but maybe they were just pushed off the point momentarily.
Yeah,
but Casting Couch, they got it to 72%, so it's pretty good mark.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely one more cap territory. Like you get a good wipe, like staggered wipe on them, and that could be the game off the cap.
Yep. Oh, Senpai channels the Deadeye early, and he's swooping through the thick of it all, through his tank line. So Swoopy's not gonna be too happy about that, and his team members are definitely following up here. Tank lines going down. There goes the supports. Now the DPS, and it's gonna get evened up here, and All Dabs No Blab taking the lead on.
Yep. They're gonna get a very late stagger on Albino Joe here. Depending on how this next fight goes, this could be the last fight of the game.
Yeah, no, it certainly might be. As all Dabs No Blabs win this fight, they will secure Nepal, but Casting Couch, let's see what they can do here. They almost had the EMP. There's the Coalescence. Shannon early, but the slam is huge, stops the Coalescence, takes AJ0 down. UTech goes down now, and now the EMP over the top, trying to salvage something here for Casting Couch, but it's not going to be enough as they will go down methodically. All
Your
Dabs
pen
No
dry, disgusting hammer there.
Yeah.
Casting
really,
Couch laid out and just took it.
Yeah, nothing you can do against that kind of slam. And yeah, it's going to be the 2-0 Nepal for All Dabs No Blab, and they will take the series 2-0-1 with that draw.
You know what? Let's put a 3% pie on that agree.
Alright, that's the slam at the end there, and there's the very crucial headshot taking out AJ0. Gets hacked, but I mean, has some armor on board as well. But no one's even looking at this guy. AJ0 just ran past! Oh boy, okay.
He's invisible.
He's in, I apparently, dude, I don't even know. Mighty Wolf, bam, 31% of team damage taken coming through on that Moira. But yeah, All Dabs No Blab looking. What?
You heal everything.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, so all Daphne Blab taking
Yeah.
the series and definitely turning the season around right on its head for them. They didn't get the wins in the first 2 weeks, but they are starting to get the wins now, and they're looking increasingly scary.
Yeah.
So all the other teams should take note from this performance and figure out how to just look at Senpai and maybe shoot him.
That seems like a good strat to me.
Cool. Well, that will do it here, folks, for the first match of the night. But stay tuned as we are coming right back with the bench life of Zach and Cody going up against a team that I should know. 3 Dance Cup.